What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're gonna be talking about Chrisean Rock's face tattoo. She got this dude Blueface's face tattooed on her face. It's kind of gnarly. We're gonna check it out. If you're not familiar with who these people are, don't worry, you ain't missing much. They kind of become more internet people than they are rappers. I think this isn't the first time she's gotten his face tattooed on her, and every single time it seems like a big deal. But I want to talk about this tattoo because it's interesting for me, because that's what we do. We talk about tattoos, and there's no bigger tattoo to talk about than this one. Okay, first off, let's check out this tattoo. It is crazy. Okay, so the first thing to bring up, is this tattoo fake? I don't think so. It totally could be. It might be. But to me, it does not look like it's fake. And if it was fake, whoever did this stencil, this fake stencil, did a really good job. That is what a tattoo stencil would look like, especially for a portrait. Usually you'll highlight where it's gotta be darker, where it's gotta be lighter. And to me, based off of that stencil, it looks pretty real. Now, of course, they could have just had a tattooer do it and then help them fake it, but I don't think it's fake. She's already put his face on her throat before, which she eventually got covered up with a black rose. But this looks pretty real to me. And you could see some like moistness in the head, in the hairline, which also makes me feel like it's real, like it's a little bit of that blood coming out, which most of the time when it's a fake tattoo, it looks dry, it looks matte. That's why I think it's real, but it could be fake just because we're not seeing a whole lot of swelling around here. Especially in this eyelid part, you're gonna see a ton of swelling. Now, it could just be a absolutely fresh tattoo, or maybe she's just not swelling that much in this area, but that's something to keep in mind. If it is fake, they did a very good job of faking this tattoo. I think it's real. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. We'll find out in a few days. Okay, we're gonna assume that this tattoo is real. I kind of love this tattoo. I know what you're saying, and I feel the same way. It's on her face. You should have never done it right here, but she did it. It looks kind of tough. It's like such a good place. You know, this wide open area, and the tattoo was done so well that I can't hate on it. She did a good job. She should have never put it on her face. She kind of ruined her beautiful face. But if you're gonna ruin your pretty face with another face, at least get that face tattooed well. And she did. I'm looking at the pictures, and man, does it look nice and solid and clean. The contrast from the hair to like the forehead looks amazing. The contrast from his, like the cheeks and his nose looks super solid. I'm not the best at critiquing portraits. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I don't do a lot of portraits. I've only done maybe like 10 in my whole career. I'm just not the guy to be sitting here talking too much about the technical application of a portrait. But what I can talk about is, the moment I see this tattoo, I know exactly who it's supposed to be. And a side-by-side photo, it looks rock solid. The one thing that drives me crazy is the fact that they left these crosses in his head and on her face. Bro, you should have just covered that shit up. It would have been so easy just to get rid of those crosses, hide it in Blueface's hair, and it would have made the tattoo that much better. For me, it's a big deal because I just like, my eye keeps going there immediately after I recognize his face. I go, oh, I wish I would have covered up those crosses. That looked like shit anyways. But other than that, rock solid tattoo. Yeah, I'm not hating on it. I actually really like the way it came out. Again, I wouldn't recommend it for anyone ever. Don't get your face tattooed, and especially don't put someone else's face on your face. But if you're gonna do it, make sure you get a sick tatter to do it, because they did a great job on that. Okay, so a lot of times people bring up relationships and tattoos, and I'm gonna be here to say something a little different than most people. I absolutely love when people in relationships get each other's names or get initials or do something to signify their relationship. I say that because I do love it, but the reality is that most people who are getting the initial or the name or something signifying someone else there's almost 100% guarantee that they're no longer with that person. It's just part of getting tattooed. And you might sit there and you might tell me that it's because of the curse or something like that, but that's not it. Most people who try to get their significant other's name tattooed on them are generally in a relationship that is destined to fail anyways. It's almost like a last try to make the relationship work, and when it doesn't work, you call it a curse. But the reality is, it's just a bad relationship to begin with, and you should have never put that person's name on you anyways. What I do love is when there's like a rock solid couple relationship, been together for a long time, they're not going anywhere, and they have each other's names tattooed on them. I think it's kind of cool. Part of it is because I'm definitely a romantic, and I would definitely get my old lady's name tattooed on me. Would I want my name tattooed on her? Probably not. But that's more because she doesn't have a whole lot of tattoos. It'd be really hard to cover it up for her. Where if it was me and I had my girlfriend's name and we broke up, I would just black the shit out of it. Wouldn't care. That would be it. So it's definitely a commitment. It's definitely a problem if you're no longer with that person. And it's definitely something to be very cautious about doing. But if you do it and you're married for the next 50 years, I'm like, that's cool. That's just cool. I like it. But that's it. Thank you guys so much. If you like our conversation, if you made it to here, consider joining our membership. I do a 20 to 30 minute long conversation there every single week talking about different subjects. So I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in a few days.